Namaste, dear friends. Today's topic is Tyaga. Tyaga is a Sanskrit. Yes. Today's our topic is Tyaga. Tyaga is a Sanskrit word which means giving up, releasing, rejecting, disowning, or renunciation. There are several meanings of Tyaga. Tyaga is a great asset, and it's a highway, and the God explains that the Tyaga is a highway to the peace and bliss. So that's why in Bhagavad Geeta Lord Krishna says Tyaga Santi Anantara. With the Tyaga you get the peace right away. Tyaga Santi Anantara. So these assets, Tyaga, is such a great and powerful thing that the God from the beginning has given the emphasis and left the scriptures for us to follow these advice of the Lord. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that Sa Yagna Praja Sustva Puro Vacha Prajapati Enena Prasavisyadam Esavastu Kamadu. From the time beginning, so in Vedas, the Lord, starting with Yagnas, recommended that Sa Yagna Praja Sustva Puro Vacha Prajapati. The Creator stated to the mankind that Anena Prasavisyadam Esaha Va Astu Kamaduk. Through this Yagna, you flourish. Prasavisyadam means flourish. Through Yagna you flourish and be successful and attain the goal of life. So Yagna is a ritual, it's a symbolic, and the basis of Yagna is giving up or Tyaga. That's why when Panditji and when we are performing Yagnas, that is it's our training to give up or do the Tyaga. That is the ritual portion of that, and the knowledge portion of that is explained in Upanishads. And there are, as we know, there are more than 108 Upanishads, and there are 10 are major Upanishads. The first one, the major one, is Isa Upanishad. So the first mantra of Isavasya Upanishad says, Isavasyam idam sarvam en kinchit jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma abrudaha kasya svidadanam. Say, whatever you see in this universe is pervaded, is enveloped by God. Isa vasyam idam sarvam en kinchit jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena, with the attitude of giving, attitude of Tyaga, tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma grudaha kasya svidadanam. With that attitude of Tyaga, you enjoy whatever I have left for you and I have created for you. That is the Creator has given us the advice in the first Upanishad, in the first mantra. Ma grudaha kasya svidadanam. But do not covet anybody else's or any other property or anyone else's. And whose property it is after all? After all, everything belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. Whatever we see on the surface of the earth, under the surface, under the water, everything, whether it is oil, gold, diamond, coal, everything belongs to God. So God says, I have left everything for you to enjoy, but with the attitude of a Tyaga. Do not grab somebody else's property or whatever I have created for others. Do not place your ownership on this. So if you do these two, then we are on the right path. That's why God recommended Yagna, and then goes the basis of Yagna is this Tyaga or giving. So these will give you the peace and bliss, and every human being, irrespective of location, education, color, maybe a professor of Harvard or a simple farmer in a remote village of India, all human beings are looking only for peace and happiness, and that is only possible, God says, through this path of Tyaga. That's why God says Tyaga Santir Anantara. So with Tyaga you will get the peace right away, Anantara, right away. So this is should be our attitude to attain the peace and happiness. There is no other way for this. We all have to decide in life, when we saw this creation, that whether we want a success in life or success of life. Success in life, that's what we are all doing. That is a property, possessions, diplomas. That is success in life. And success of life, what do you want to do really with the life? And the God says the only purpose is to realize God, do the right way, have the peace of mind, bliss, and do your duties. So for those who have understood and decided that I want success of life, for them God says I have created two paths. That is one is sannyas yoga and karma yoga. God says that loke asmin po vidanista pura prokta mayanaga ran yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. People who really want to have something substantial in the life, success of life, for them there are two paths. One is a sannyas and one is a karma yoga. Word sannyas means, it comes from two words. Nyasa means sublimation. Nyasa means sublimation, giving up, sublimation. And samnyasa means total sublimation. So path of sannyasa is for very few rare souls which are already spiritually advanced from their prior tendencies. For them that path is suitable. So sannyas path, that means total sublimation. They come here, they see the everything in the creation, but they are so advanced spiritually and they have the thirst that they do not get entangled. They do not want to do the things of the world, enjoy the things of the world, do the activities in the world, but they have realized that everything is a creator, and they want to get a knowledge and study the scriptures and advance in their spiritual goal. So that is total, and that's a very minuscule percentage of human beings. So that is a sannyas yoga. Karma yoga is another path where we have to do our own duties. Karma yogi has his family, has his possession, he has his diploma, studies, has his responsibilities, he enjoys the world, but he has realized that this is the purpose of life, is to realize God. So everything he is doing with the consciousness of God. So that is called karma yoga. Means everything he does in the world, from outside he looks like a regular person, but his frame of mind is to dedicate the fruit of action. So that is called karma yoga. So there are only two paths. One is sannyas yoga and another one is karma yoga. So God says out of these, then Arjuna got confused, that he says, how can I make right turn and left turn? God tell me definitely. So God tells him definitely. So and then he says sannyasa karma yogascha nihasri sakaraubo tayo astu karma sannyasa karma yogo visisyate. These both are good, Arjuna, but out of the two, Karma Yoga is better, easier to do, and I recommend that. So Sannyasa, Karma Yogascha, Nihasri Sakaravupo, both are good. Tayo Astu Karma Sannyasa, Karma Yogo Visishyate. So be a Karma Yogi. There is third group of people who want success in life, and they don't want to do anything with the scriptures, or they are not spiritually inclined, and for them the whatever they see and do and achieve, that is the real thing. God doesn't recommend that. Such people have the frame of mind that the purpose of life is to acquire and enjoy as much as possible, as fast as possible, as long as possible. And God says that path is a very wrong path, loaded with difficulties, and God does not recommend that. And that is what we saw it when we did the cosmic will. So God says that my cosmos is working on the principle of giving. Look outside, everything is giving, and you are a part of that cosmic will, and so you also work with the attitude of giving. We are a small cog on a big wheel of cosmos, so do your part, your duties with attitude of giving, and then everything good will happen to you. So that is the God's advice. The error, the vast majority we made is just thinking that there is a definitely happiness in the world. There is definite happiness in the world. If I did not get, doesn't matter. But I am convinced that there is happiness in the mind, in the world. So all my efforts are to acquire the objects of the world to become happy, and that march continues all the time. It is propelled by the desires. That is a selfish desires induced, that is called karma. So God says no, that will put you in lot of trouble. So when Arjuna asked the Lord, why do we get into trouble in this world? So that time Lord explains that Arjuna, this kam esh, krodh esh, rajoguna samudbhavam, mahasano mahapapam vidhi enam hi varinam. Word by word. Kam esh, your desire, selfish desires. God is only talking about material selfish desire. Kam esh, your selfish desire. Then krodh esh, rajoguna samudbhavam. They are produced out of rajogunas. Rajoguna samudbhavam. Mahasano mahapapam vidhi enam hi varinam. That is your greatest enemy. It is a tremendous appetite. It will not let you sleep. One desire is finished, it will drag you to another, then the third one, and you will feel that the happiness is around the corner, and you are running from corner to corner, and that is everybody's experience, that there is endless desires, and you will never have the satiety, and you will be running around. So God says, no, kam es, krodh es, rajoguna samudbhavam, mahasano mahapapam vidhi enam hi varinam. You know them to be the enemy. So the third path which most of us have taken, that is not a desirable path. So God says, be a karma yogi, do your duties to the best, also enjoy the world simultaneously with the frame of mind, body for the world and the mind for the God, and you continue your march, and you will have no problem at all. God wants us to give up lot of things. So our subject is Tyaga. What does God want us to give up? First, He wants to give up all these negative things which put us in trouble. So the scriptures have identified 6 enemies. This is called Sad Satru. That is the same again thing. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mad, Matsar. These are the 6 eternal enemies. Kam, Krodh, Lobh. The Kam is the mother. It is a mother of your desire. Selfish desire is the mother. It has two children. If the desire is obstructed by anybody or anything, then you will get very angry. So Kam, obstructed Kam will induce Krodha. If it is successful, the desire is accomplished, then you will want more. So Krodha is one, and Lobha is another son of Kama. So whether you are successful, you will want more, so it induces greed. And if it is obstructed, you are failure in getting it, then you are angry. So both ways you are a loser. So only selfish desires will have this outcome, and this is a very vicious circle. So all these three you give up: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mad, Matsar. The arrogance, give up the arrogance, and Matsar means jealousy. The way the saints and God recommends that the awareness that everything I have belongs to God. So once that awareness comes, so if I am very smart, or if I am very rich, or if I am very educated, all that is because of God. Once that understanding settles in my intellect, I will have no pride. So mad is gone, that arrogance is gone. If that understanding is that my neighbor is very successful and he is a multimillionaire and he is a professor, you have the understanding that his talent and his riches also is a gift of God, comes to him. And once you have that understanding, you will have no jealousy. So Mad and Matsar, to get rid of that, this is the only way. And to get rid of a Lobha, so that is know the truth. There is very nice teaching in our scriptures. Na nityam labhate sukham, na nityam labhate dukkham, lobham hitva sukhi bhave. Nobody is going to be always happy. Nobody is always going to be sad. So get rid of it. Lobham hitva sukhi bhave. So get rid of or kill your greed, the desire to be wanting more and more. So destroy that and sukhi bhave. That is the only way you can have the peace of mind. Remember, the only thing we are looking for a peace of mind. We are not looking for great assets. If you have great assets and there is no peace of mind, then it is useless. Without peace of mind, even if you are placed in a golden palace, you will be restless and agitated and unhappy. So peace of mind is such an asset which comes from these higher qualities if we develop as recommended by God. So the God says, with the Tyaga, with the attitude of giving, you develop, you acquire, and use it for the good cause. And so that is the recommendation. And the God says that otherwise Kam, Krodh will get into lot of trouble. So that's why God calls it 3 gates of hell, means downfall. Trividham narakasya idam dwaram nasanam atmana. Kama, Krodha, tatha lobha tasmat etam trayam tajet. These 3 exits, these 3 gateways, don't take it. So Kama, Krodha, tatha lobha. Tasmat etam trayam tajet. Therefore, you give up these 3. At the same time, scriptures teach us Dhamma, Dhanam, Dayamiti. These 3. Dhamma, Dhanam, Dayamiti. Etat Trayam Siksayat. These 3 you learn. What? Dhamma means control of your senses and your desires. Dhamma, Dhanam, giving the best, whatever useful you have. Dhamma, Dhanam, Daya, and kindness. Dhamma, Dhanam, Dayamiti. Etat Trayam Siksayat. These 3 you learn, these 3 you give up, you are in the best of shape. And lot of good will come. Because once your inclination is not on the worldly thing, automatically your inclination and affinity will shift towards godly thing. So worldly thing, we find it out that this is loaded with problems and sorrows, and it is elusive power of Maya that you think that a lot of good is going to happen to you one day. There is a very good teaching which we should go over. That is a sage Astavakra. He's a great spiritual master of King Janaka, Astavakra. And king was a royal, he had everything that he could want, but he was a spiritually inclined and evolved soul. So in Astavakra Gita, the sage teaches Astavakra that that sarvam, that whatever you see, see belongs. So that is, this whatever you see, idam sarvam, whatever you see is loaded with three deficiencies. That is tapa, that is three tapa doshitam. That this one has these problems. So what it essentially says, that there are three kind of miseries that we all have to face in this world. It's like we have a backpack loaded with three kinds of possible sources of misery. That is Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik and Adhyatmik. These are the three sources of pain and miseries that as if God has fitted us with a backpack loaded with these three. So Adi Bhaut Adhyatmik means pertaining to your body, mind and intellect. Diseases pertaining to the body, mind and intellect. There is a countless diseases that we can get afflicted by, either physical diseases or mental diseases or intellectual trouble. So jealousy, the thirst for having the things, that is all these affliction of the mind and intellect. Success, failure, we get depressed. With success, we get elated. With the failure, we get depressed. We get agitated, restlessness. All diseases belonging to mind and diseases of the body which we are aware. This is a one packet. So Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik means the sources of trouble which come from outside sources, living and non-living. It is which can happen to you, like somebody hurting you, burglary, mugging, dog bite, mosquito bite, all these living and non-living, like falling the rocks and you get hurt, or a plane crash or car crash, all this. So Adi Bhauti. And third package that we have to all face is Adi Devik, means natural disasters like too much rain, lack of rain, famine, earthquake, fires, all these which are not under our control, tsunami, all this. So these three categories of pain is fitted on every human being, from beggar to billionaire. So with these things, you are unlikely to have anything worthwhile in this life. So that's why the sage says that is asara sansaram, that is there is nothing great is going to come out. It is ninditvam, means it is there is nothing to praise about it. Then he says it is heyam, means worth rejecting. And and knowing this for sure, iti nischityam, know this for sure, and then you give up this and be serene. So that is the Astokra explains to King Janaka that as long as we are a human being, we are fitted with these sources of pain which nobody can avoid, and so that the higher understanding of Tyaga, of giving up and realizing that everything belongs to God and merging with that Almighty, that is the surest way of being happy and peaceful. The same truth again, as the Lord explains, Arjuna asked again after 18th chapter, again asked, Lord, again tell me what is sannyasa and what is tyaga, and tell me separately now. So that time God says that it says yagna dan tapo karma na tyajyam karyameva tata yagno dan tapasyeva pavanani manikshina. Arjuna, these three, don't give it up. Yagna, dana, tapa, karma. Na tyajyam, don't give it up. Karyameva tata. Why? Yagna, dana, tapa, karma, pavanani manikshinam. It is a purifier to even the wisest man. And then he gives another instruction. Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyaktva falani cha kartavyani iti me partha nischitam matam uttamam. And these three also, you do it without any attachment to the action as well as to the fruit of action, and that is my opinion, highest opinion. Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyaktva falani cha kartavyani iti me partha nischitam means definite, matam my opinion, matam uttamam the best opinion. So take this path and you will be fine. And what will happen to you with this? What will happen to this with this? Then God says, Vihai kaman yesarvan puman charati nispura nirmamo nirhankara sasantim madhigachati. He concludes that Vihai kaman, Vihai means giving up. Vihai kaman, giving up the desire. Vihai kaman yesarvan puman charati nispura. Nirmamo means nothing belongs to me. Nirmamo, nirhankara, no arrogance. Nirmamo, nirhankara. Sa santim adhigachiti. Such a person will get santi. Esha brahmi sthiti partha prapyam enam vimoyati sthitva asyam api antakale brahma nirvana rushati. And this kind of status you reach, you will get brahma nirvana, means you will attain the highest goal, God, and nirvana means freedom from the elusive power of Maya, and you will be at peace and will be more successful. So that is all is based on Tyaga. So that is what the central tenet of Bhagavad Gita is. A vast topic, but this is the conclusion of most of the things. Okay, thank you.